And at 7 a.m. this morning, let's get you all the details that you need to know in the investigation into actor Sushant Singh Rajput's death. Two teams of the Bihar police, they're in Mumbai after Sushant's family registered a case against the actor's girlfriend Riya Chakrabarti, accusing her of abetment to suicide, theft, cheating and wrongful confinement. Patna police has managed to get details of one of Sushant's bank accounts. The details of other bank accounts are also being sought. This as Sushant's family alleged that 15 crore rupees was transferred from the actor's account to accounts he had absolutely no relation with. Riya, meanwhile, has moved to the Supreme Court seeking transfer of investigation into the actor's death to Mumbai from Patna. However, Riya's plea was filed with defects and is not likely to be listed for hearing until they are cured. Meanwhile, Maharashtra Home Minister Anil Deshmukh has ruled out once again a CBI investigation into Sushant's death.
सुशांत सिंह राजपूत का जो केस है उसको मुंबई पुलिस तहकीकात उसकी कर रही है और कोई भी हालत में सीबीआई को ये केस देने का कोई प्रश्न नहीं उपस्थित होता है.
So almost every single day there's a fresh twist that's really emerging in the probe into Sushant Singh Rajput's death. Now the late actor's family lawyer has made a big claim. They're alleging that the family had actually raised doubts about Riya Chakrabarti and her behavior to Sushant way back in February. The actor's girlfriend, who's been charged with abetment to suicide, has approached the Supreme Court. Here's a roundup of all the big developments of the story.
Another sensational twist in the Sushant Singh Rajput suicide probe. Sushant's family lawyer has made another shocking revelation. He claims that the family had approached the Mumbai police on 25th February to complain about Riya Chakrabarti, but the complaint was ignored.
The main cause is Riya Chakrabarti, and as early as on 25th of February, we had told Bandra police that he is not in good company and please have a look at him and please ensure that no harm happens to him. So it's not that, and that was the time when he was in complete control of Riya Chakrabarti.
In its defense, the Mumbai police claims that Sushant's family members were repeatedly contacted to record their statement, but no one turned up. The late actor's family is now demanding Riya Chakrabarti's arrest.
The main cause is Riya Chakrabarti. I am sure at some stage, or maybe today or tomorrow, the arrest should happen and the custodial interrogation will give us the complete details of the entire conspiracy and who all are involved in this conspiracy.
मुझे लगता है कि ये आरोप बिल्कुल सही है. रिया चक्रवर्ती पर जो भी आरोप लगाया गया, रिया चक्रवर्ती से इसका संबंध रहा है पहले से और वो फ्रॉड करने का काम किया. रिया चक्रवर्ती इसके अकाउंट के साथ धोखाधड़ी किया है, इसको कहीं न कहीं बरगलाने का काम किया है.
The starlet, who now finds herself at the center of the storm, has knocked on Supreme Court's door, seeking the transfer of investigation to Mumbai from Bihar. Riya has been charged with abetment to suicide, cheating, theft, wrongful confinement and breach of trust. Her father and brother have been booked too. She was grilled at her residence by a Bihar police team that is now in Mumbai to investigate the matter.
जो उनके फादर ने, क्योंकि बहुत ओल्ड एज के आदमी है, विक्टिम है, उनका जो भी आरोप है, उनका जो भी एलिगेशंस है, हर पॉइंट पर हम लोग करेंगे, थॉरोली करेंगे. अरेस्टिंग तो हम लोग एविडेंस होने के बाद होता है सब कुछ. अरेस्टिंग किसी की अभी ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. पहले हम लोग जो यहाँ आए हैं, एविडेंस हमारे पास क्या क्या हो सकता है, जो उन्होंने आरोप लगाया है, फिर आगे कार्रवाई हम लोग जैसे होता है.
अभी फादर ने कंप्लेंट दी, कंप्लेंट का एफआईआर दर्ज हुई है, पब्लिक फैक्ट है, राजीनगर थाने में एफआईआर दर्ज हुई और इंक्वायरी कर ली. जैसे जैसे एफआईआर में फैक्ट्स आएंगे उसके आधार पर आगे कार्रवाई.
While the investigation so far had been focused on Bollywood bigwigs, the revelations by Sushant Singh Rajput's father have changed the course of the probe. The big question is, will we ever know what killed India's brightest rising star? With Divyesh Singh in Mumbai and Rohit Singh in Patna, Bureau Report, India Today.
Rajasthan Governor Kalraj Mishra has finally agreed to hold the State Assembly session, and the date given is August 14th. This comes hours after Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot had sent across his fourth request for a session. The governor sent his approval but asked all the legislators to follow COVID norms while attending the assembly. The date for the session was proposed by the Chief Minister in his fourth appeal to the Raj Bhavan. This after, on Wednesday afternoon, the governor had rejected Gehlot's plea for an assembly session, citing short notice. The August 14th date meets the 21-day criterion as Chief Minister had sent his first request on July 23rd. Meanwhile, the Speaker has filed a fresh special leave petition in the Supreme Court, challenging the Rajasthan High Court order days after withdrawing it. And let's also get you details of the politics that's broken out over the Ram-Mandir Bhumi Pujan. Just a week to go for that event, and the fight over invites now is snowballing. The Congress has slammed the Mandir Trust for portraying it as a BJP RSS event and not inviting other political parties.
Preparations are in full swing in the holy city of Ayodhya as Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to inaugurate construction of Grand Ram Temple at his birthplace. Along with the Prime Minister, a host of BJP and RSS leaders will grace the occasion. Sources tell India Today those among the invited include Lal Krishna Advani, Murli Manohar Joshi, Uma Bharti, Vinay Katiyar and RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat. But opposition leaders are complaining.
आस्था से संबंधित कोई विवाद देश में नहीं बचा, ये अच्छी बात है। लेकिन मैं ये मानता हूं कि कौन आता, कौन नहीं आता, कौन पहुंचता, कौन नहीं पहुंचता, कम से कम सब लोगों को निमंत्रण दिया जाता।
The organizers, Shri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra Trust, has cited social distancing norms due to COVID pandemic as the reason for a truncated guest list.
योगी जी यहाँ उस दिन होस्ट हैं। देश के ये मुख्यमंत्रियों का सम्मेलन नहीं हो रहा है। हमने मुख्यमंत्री को किसी को नहीं बुलाया, और जिस दिन देश की परिस्थितियां सामान्य हो जाएंगी, लोग खुलेआम घूमने लगेंगे, हम सबको बुलाएंगे।
The organizers have also issued an appeal to all the devotees not to come to Ayodhya but watch the ceremony live on TV and light up their temples and homes to mark the occasion.
The guest list out so far makes the foundation stone ceremony look like an exclusive RSS BJP event, and the opposition parties have been left out in the cold. So with the land title dispute settled and temple to be soon a reality, politics over this issue will go on. With Sanjay Sharma in New Delhi, this is Anand Patel for India Today.
Let's also get you up to speed with all the updates on the coronavirus outbreak in India. Here's a look at the Health Ministry's latest numbers. The confirmed cases in India stands at 15,31,669, with the death toll at 34,193. Maharashtra is the worst affected state, with the total cases at 3,91,440 and 14,165 deaths being reported so far. Over to the latest figures from Tamil Nadu. It's the second worst affected state in the country, with 2,27,688 cases and 3,659 deaths. In Delhi, the number of confirmed cases stands at 1,32,275, with 3,881 deaths. So these are the figures from the Health Ministry. Expect those numbers to go up in the coming hours, as the figures that have come in the last 24 hours will also be added to that tally. Now, the Ministry of Home Affairs has issued fresh guidelines. This is for Unlock 3.0. The guidelines further relax restrictions imposed outside containment zones. These new guidelines will come into effect from August 1st. Now, the night curfew has been lifted in all areas except containment zones. Gyms and yoga institutes will be allowed to open from August 5th. Independence Day functions will also be allowed with social distancing and by following other protocols. Schools, colleges and coaching institutes will remain closed till August 31st. Metro rail, cinema halls, swimming pools, entertainment parks, theatres, bars and auditoriums will all remain shut. Social and religious gatherings will also not be allowed. Strict lockdown will continue in containment zones. Now, amidst a fall in cases in Mumbai, the Maharashtra government has announced the opening of malls and market complexes. The government has announced that malls and market complexes will start operating from the 5th of August and will be allowed to open only between 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Theatres and food courts, though, will continue to remain shut. Restaurants and kitchens in food courts will be allowed to open, but only for delivery. This comes amidst a considerable fall in Mumbai's COVID cases. The city, which has been one of the worst hit so far, has started reporting lesser cases. On Wednesday, 1,109 new cases were reported in Mumbai. State Cabinet Minister Aditya Thackeray took to Twitter yesterday to share Mumbai's falling numbers. While the entire nation is battling coronavirus and the need of the hour is to follow the basic norms and precautions set out by the WHO, a Kerala-based businessman took COVID norms for granted. Kottamangalam police has booked a businessman, Roy Kurian, for holding a road show last week with his vehicles. This Idukki-based businessman not only violated COVID-19 norms but also disrupted the city traffic. He sat on top of his Mercedes-Benz and was followed by 6 trucks and carried out essentially a roadshow across the city. The police and the Motor Vehicles Department have booked Roy Kurian and his vehicles, including the SUV. They've been seized, while all 7 drivers have been taken into police custody. This breach of COVID norms, as Kerala has recorded 903 new infections, pushing the state's total tally to over 20,000. And shifting focus to another story we're tracking closely, the Modi government has unveiled a new educational policy after over 3 decades. The change is not just in the name of the HRD ministry, which is now the Education Ministry, but really the entire system has been reshaped. Students up to 5th standard will be taught in their mother tongue or regional language. You also got, in fact, sabbatical option that's been given to undergraduate students.
India has got a new education policy after 34 years, and it promises sweeping reforms in the entire system of learning. To begin with, the Human Resource Development Ministry has been renamed as the Ministry of Education. Both UGC and Technical Education Council have been merged. The new policy has overhauled the school and higher education system. Among the big changes in school education, the medium of instruction till grade 5 will be in mother tongue or regional language.
जो शिक्षा का माध्यम है, उसमें ये लिखा है कि जहाँ तक पॉसिबिलिटी हो, वहाँ तक 5वीं कक्षा तक मातृभाषा या नहीं तो क्षेत्रीय भाषा हो या घर की जो भाषा बोली जाती है, उसमें पढ़ाया जाए.
The new policy has a big focus on vocational studies. In fact, vocational education will start from class 6 with internships. In a bid to ramp up digital learning, a National Educational Technology Forum will be established. E-courses will be developed in 8 regional languages initially, and virtual labs will also be developed. In higher education, now there would be a single regulator for all institutions, except for the law and medical stream. And MPhil will be discontinued. The undergraduate degree will be of either 3 or 4 years duration with multiple exit and options, giving students the liberty to take a break and continue from where they left.
Multiple entry and exit system में ये रहेगा कि 1 साल के बाद सर्टिफिकेट, 2 साल के बाद डिप्लोमा, 3 या 4 साल के बाद डिग्री. जैसे बैंक के सेविंग अकाउंट होते हैं, वैसे ही एकेडमिक क्रेडिट में डिजी लॉकर के माध्यम से हमारे वहां पर क्रेडिट रहेंगे.
The 4-year program may also lead to a degree with research if student completes a rigorous research project. The new education policy comes after deliberations over 6 years. With the coronavirus outbreak disrupting learning, changes have also been made to reduce the content load in curriculum. Bureau Report, India Today.
Virat Kohli is the leader and he set high benchmarks for the Indian team, be it batsmanship or fitness level. Virat is right there with the very best, and in a conversation with Mayank Agarwal, Virat shared his fitness journey and how at one stage he felt that the Indian team was far behind their contemporaries.
And talking about fitness regime and mindset, you being a Punjabi kid, having to give up all the food, all the delicious North Indian food, to getting ripped, to getting extremely fit, to taking fitness to the next level. How did you manage that?
Again, had to do with the game completely. 2012 IPL, came back home, saw myself, I was disgusted, everything. I've spoken about it a few times. And I just wanted to change everything about myself, and also to do with the fact that, I saw how the dynamics of cricket around the world were changing rapidly, and how I felt that we were far behind in terms of being at the same intensity levels as other teams. They were moving far ahead of us in terms of fitness levels, and the ability to bring that intensity every session, every spell, every hour of batting, whatever you want to say, even in fielding sessions, stopping that one important run or having that magical run out or whatever it is, they were just able to do it at with so much regularity that we were not able to keep up with that. So that really bothered me. What can we do to change that particular process? So that had to start with an individual level first, and that realization to me came after that IPL season of 2012, where I was just eating like anything in front of me. I would finish ITC Gardenia, where we used to stay. They had that a packet of eclairs toffees, and they would refill the minibar every time, and I would finish a pack in say 4 or 5 days time, and that was a pack of 40 toffees. So that was my diet at that time. I was just eating like a mad person, because again, that phase happened where I got all the success and everything was going well, and I went into IPL saying I'm going to dominate, and things didn't turn out that way. So I didn't process that well. So again, things happened. I did not appreciate and respect it immediately. I was thrown back down. Then I went back home, realized that I need to change everything about the way I'm preparing, the way I'm thinking, whatever. Changed it from next day onwards when I came back home, and from then on, I think my whole outlook towards how I want to prepare totally.
With that, it's a wrap on this edition of the Bulletin. For all the latest news and updates we're tracking this Thursday morning, you can log on to our website indiatoday.in. You can also download the India Today app. Thank you for watching and have a great day.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.